Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You've got one anyway. Right, we're live. Hi everybody. Today we're gonna talk about stroke awareness, and we've got two guests today. We've got our first guest, Audrey. Second guest, Cornita.
Hi.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with Audrey's story. When you're ready.
I had my stroke nearly 4 years, just over 4 years ago now. I was at work. I used to work for Birmingham City Council as a social worker, mental health. A lot of stresses was going on there, but I was kind of looking to take early retirement because I had other plans to do something in the community. But yeah, there was a lot of stresses going on at work. Structure was going on in the council, a lot of pressures going on. And my job as a social worker was to do a lot of documentations and visiting clients in the community. And the pressures were at work was to do more documentations and stuff, which I was struggling a little bit with. I found out a couple of years back that I was dyslexic. Sorry, and I've been doing the work for over 8 years though in social work, and it wasn't a problem for me until a new manager came aboard and basically put more pressure on me. To cut a long story short, basically, as I said, I found out I was dyslexic because of the manager wasn't happy with the way I was doing things. The assessment from the dyslexic said that I needed support, and basically that in my work that I would need certain equipment like typewriter, a pen, a word checker, speller, stuff like that, which my manager knew about. But the manager never really did nothing for over a year. So basically that put more pressure on me, and in the end I had to sort of go off work for work-related sickness, and I was off for nearly 12 months. Worrying about how work was going to tackle the situation with me. Also, there's some stresses at home life. You know, we all go through that. Anyway, eventually I went back to work, but I took early redundancy. Decided to leave because, as I said, my plan was to do something in the community. So I'd left work and was kind of enjoying a little bit of time that making my plans and stuff. Anyway, I decided that I was wanted to go into working how to run my business, and applied to this course to help me set up my own business. It was a 6-week course, and basically the course was going to help me finalise everything. I went for the 6 weeks, but on the last week of the course, to apply for my funding, I was fine. I got up the morning, went to the course, on the way to the course, I was going in towards Digbeth, and where a car had come out from a side road right in front of me, causing me to hit my brakes and causing me to stop because I was very close in hitting the man. The person realised that they'd done a wrong and kind of waved, but I was quite angry because I was really scared that I come closer hitting a car. I mean, I've been a driver for many years and I haven't had any accidents Fortunately for me. So I class myself kind of a goodish driver. Anyway, the person had gone and I kind of was scared. I kind of just said, okay, I'll carry on to the course. Carried on to the course, approached, went inside, saw my tutor, and kind of said to him, it was kind of had near enough an accident, and he must have saw how I was slightly agitated because scared, still scared, because he said, okay, he asked if I was okay, and I said yes, and he said, okay, have a drink anyway, calm yourself down, and come in when you're ready, which I did, and I felt fine. The course was for an hour and a half, and as I said, the course had finished. Put in my application for the funding, so I'm looking for the next step now in a couple of weeks' time. So I was kind of excited, looking forward to that, because I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going for my goal. So anyway, I then left the course and I had a bit of free time. So I said, I'll go and meet my friend. And I called my friend, and she said she was in Tamworth. So I said, but she's on her way back. So I said, okay, don't rush. I'll kill a few hours in town, do some window shopping or something. So she said, okay, like we do. And anyway, so I was in town, flapping about really, cleaning about an hour and a half, 2 hours. My nephew rang me and he said that he was going to come up and see me. I remember having that conversation because I was kind of excited, to see the girlfriend and see how, that they're going to see how far she was in her pregnancy. And I'm pretty close to my nephew anyway. Anyway, so I said, okay, I'll see you Saturday. Went into town, browsed around, didn't really see nothing, and then in the end I ended up in the market, and I ended up just buying, as silly as it sounds, some ginger.
Yep. Yeah.
And I bought some ginger crystals, and that was the only thing I bought in town. I had money, but I ended up buying ginger crystals. Anyway, I got in the car and I said, okay, I'll take a slow drive to my friend who lives in Aston. And so I'm coming through town now, and I'm coming towards Newtown and come round the island. So I'm coming towards the swimming baths now, and I'm at the front, so because the pedestrian light is on red, so I have to wait for the light. So I'm there listening to music. It was a nice day, window open, chilling. And then the light changed. I was see the light's going to change now to amber. So I put my car in gear, and I realised I couldn't put the car in gear. My hands kind of dropped to the side, and I'm like, what's going on? You're talking to yourself. So I put it back on the gear stick to put it in gear, in first gear. My hand dropped to the side again. And I was kind of confused because I didn't know what was going on, because I wasn't in pain. There was no pain at all. And then I'm like, for the third time, put my hand on the gear stick, push it in first gear, and the hand slowly rolled off. So I'm like, okay, something is wrong, but I'm not in pain. And then I put the hazard lights on to let people know that I can't move the car, and probably hoping that somebody would come out and acknowledge that something is wrong. Probably then, thinking that I've broken down. So anyway, I'm looking at my hand and looking at the hazards, and I'm thinking, okay, somebody will probably come out and help me come out, in a bit. But for about 6, 7, 8 minutes, I'm in the car, and all I can hear people is bibbing their horns and swearing, telling me to get out of the F way, and bibbing their horn and going, big car, can't move car. And I'm like, why? And people are just driving, so the lights stopping again, so people build up, and the same thing happened about 3 times. And I remember there was a woman paralysed to me, and I remember looking at the woman, looking at her, getting the eye contact, And I remember asking the woman, I think I need help. And I remember the woman shouting to me, I don't know what you said, love, and drove off. Now, I sat back in my car, I was like, what? I can't believe that. I can't believe that. And nobody else seemed to acknowledge that I felt invisible, actually. I know I'm stopping the traffic, but I felt invisible because people were still going around me.
You would do? You was there for how long? 6 minutes?
Good 6, 7, 8 minutes. And you know, if it was a stroke, at the time I didn't realise, you know, that it's crucial minutes, very crucial minutes.
Very.
You know, and in the end, I happened to look again to my right and saw this young guy, and he shouted to me, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No." And he went, "Have you had a fit?" And I went, "Fit? What are you talking about?" I'm like, "No." He said, your face has dropped, and that's when I realised something was wrong. I actually put my phone up and I went, "Thank you, thank you." And I asked the young guy, "Can he phone the emergency services for me?" And he said yes. But I could hear something in the background because, as I said, I was in the queue for quite a while. And I assumed that, you know, they got, what do you call it, them drones or whatever, to see traffic building up in the area. So I believe that, you know, they must have said something's going on because this person's not moving. And that the person's been in the queue a good, probably even good 10 minutes now, you know. Anyway, the man came to my car, not my car door, and asked me if I was okay. And I said, no. And he went, "Okay, I'm going to remove your seatbelt." Probably he could see that it was a stroke. He probably knew it was a stroke, but I didn't know. And removed the belt from me and asked me to step out the car. So I then moved my legs to step out the car, ready to stand up. But I couldn't stand up. I actually dropped down into the man's arms. And that's when it really hit me. And I realised something's definitely wrong with me. That I couldn't move my arm and I couldn't move my leg, because believe it or not, I was still not in pain. I was not in any pain at all. And I think that's where I was kind of frustrated. And you know, as I said, the signs that I've seen on the TV telling me about strokes is the pain in the head, and you'll probably get a pain round in your chest here, and you'll get pains. I had none of that, so that's why I was kind of shocked that it was a stroke. And you know, I had no pain.
Wow.
Well, I was rushed to Sanmar Hospital, and they did a scan and said, yes, you've had they called it a gangular bleed, which is a bleed at the back of my skull, they said. So I was like, oh, okay. Not quite understanding because there was still a lot of confusions going on. And basically, I spent, as I said, 5.5 weeks there. Couldn't do nothing. My left side was kind of paralysed. Couldn't move my arms. Could not move my legs properly. My speech was affected. My vision was also affected. You know, so I was kind of angry at everything really, because it was like a few hours ago I was all right, and all of a sudden the world changed, and changed big for me.
Within minutes.
Within minutes. You know, when you hear people say stroke can happen to anybody anytime, believe me, it does. I'm a prime example of that.
With no symptoms.
With no symptoms at all. You know. So while I was in the hospital, the physio was very slow. I had to wait, I think, 2 weeks, and even then, I think I only had about 3 sessions. And I was asking them, please, just give me the physio, or give me exercise that I could do for myself every day. And all I got was, oh, the staff are off sick, or, you know, staff are on holiday. And it was really frustrating
so
for me.
Getting fobbed off, really.
Basically getting fobbed off. And, you know, trying to get yourself better. And you need that support to start off that journey for you to get better. It was quite frustrating and delaying. And I thought, well, the longer you delay my process of getting better, the worse I feel that I'm going to get, because I just did not get that support at all. I went home, so I had family visiting me. I got my daughter, I got my family, my mum and dad came up and see me, friends came to see me, everybody was kind of shocked. And funny enough, that week, well, not funny, but that week I had the stroke. The day I had the stroke, I was due to go to a dance, which is, I've been supporting my friend for about 3 years. It was a Legend of Legend dance. I actually bought my ticket. And also that Sunday I was going to a christening. So obviously I couldn't go. And I didn't pick my friends did not know about my stroke until for the Legend of Legend dance the day before, and they were shocked. They ran up to see me at the hospital. And on the day of the christening, my daughter went and told them that I had a stroke. And the family, majority of them came from London, was on the phone telling, I can't believe what you're saying, what you're saying. They were shocked. They were shocked. They were shocked. So, yeah. Anyway, so during the, as I said, left the hospital. All I wanted to do was to get myself better as quick as I could, you know. And basically everything was taking long. The community nurse in the community, I had to wait 6 weeks or so for that. And then I was referred to Moor Green, and you know, I had to wait a couple of weeks for that. But in that time, as I said, I didn't get much support at home, unfortunately, and I was angry and frustrated with that. Unfortunately, unknown to me, because nobody gave me no instructions or exercise to do when I left the hospital, and my arm began to swell up. It was swelling up big time. Obviously putting more weight and pressure on my joints, and my shoulder was getting in agony. You know, and basically I was kind of banging my head against the window because I felt that nobody was listening to me when I was asking for help and support. And I think I had to take it on myself and had to tell myself, you know what, you have to look after yourself. And then I decided to try and do what I can by massaging myself best way I could. The pain was so bad. The doctors, all they wanted to do was to give me painkillers. I had nerve damage, which I didn't understand, and I never knew nerve pain could be so bad. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And the nerve pain started from my face, right down to my legs, right down to my toes. And the slightest little sensation, nobody could touch me. I couldn't put clothes on me because the nerves would be firing up like crazy. And I mean, as I said, I'm coming into 4 years and I'm still struggling with my nerve pain. I'm still struggling with the doctors because the doctors, they're not helping me. They don't know what to do. I've had to go into counselling to try and get some emotional support because I'm just left by my own devices, you know. And as I said, trying to get help for myself, you know, sometimes it's where to go because it's not easy to find.
That's stress on yourself, isn't it?
That's extra stress on myself because, you know, then you have to look for that information yourself. And as I said, when I was able to, because I get tired easy, I get lethargic, I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping, so that was more pressure on me again, you know. And when I'm talking to family and friends and they're saying, but you look all right, I'm like, it's not the look, it's the pain. And I said, I really don't think people really understand the pain that I was going through. The doctor gave me some painkillers to help with the nerve pain, but it was sending me crazy. I was seeing things, I was feeling drowsy, I was feeling sick, and I said, I'm taking no more of that. I had to take ownership of what I put in my body, and I said I had to learn to, which I struggled with because my arm wasn't working, so I had to do a lot of the cleaning, the washing. Oh gosh, I tell you.
How was that for you? Like doing household chores since then and now, how has that improved, or is it still the same? Or?
Well, at the beginning, I couldn't do nothing. Couldn't do nothing. I mean, it was basically trying to wash things with one hand
Yeah.
and trying to stand up, which I tell you, it was really hard work. And those days that I wouldn't cook because I can't cook because I was just too tired. And lucky enough, I had things in the freezer, shopping. I mean, my daughter would help a couple of times, and my neighbours would help to bring food in because I couldn't go out shopping. And they were encouraging me to go and do shopping online, which I didn't really want to do that because, you know, I like to see and feel my food.
Yeah.
And a lot of black people food you can't get online.
Exactly.
You know, so, and plus I was trying to encourage myself to go out because I felt that I was indoors for months on end, months and months and months on end. And that was frustrating as well. And then when I was able to move a little bit, I would then take taxis to my family there and back, and you know, go shopping. Again, I was able to get on Ring and Ride, but even that was only short term because they have selected slots, and I felt that I was, you know, kind of rigid. I had to go when they wanted to go, and sometimes I can't go because I'm tired. I wanted to go when I was ready, not when they were asking me to go, you know. So a lot of frustration, a lot of things I had to learn. I felt I was like a baby. I had to learn these steps again, and that was frustrating for me. And I had no choice because I said, well, it's either do or die. And it was literally that. You either get up and help yourself, or you sit there and give up. And there was many times I wanted to give up, I'll be honest with you, you know, because I don't think people understand how the stroke can have a massive impact on your body. I thought it was a temporary thing. I thought, okay, the body's going to sleep a little bit and it will wake up. But I'm still struggling 4 years.
4 years later.
4 years later. And as I said, I helped myself, you know, ask some questions, and the Stroke Association will help me with certain things, but it was more of a listening. I wanted help, I wanted things that I could do for myself. I just felt that sitting down here, looking out the window wasn't helping me. I wanted to do more for myself. And I felt that my circulation was bad in me because cold, I would sit in front of the heater and still not get warmed up. So I knew that I needed warmth in my body, I needed help with the circulation. So I was able to get in contact with somebody with massage. Somebody suggested my friend Juanita to come, and I was glad to see her, because she was a young black girl, which is important to me, because I sometimes don't think that, no disrespect to white people, but I don't think they really understand the culture that we have to go through. And because remember, we don't just get up and wash our bodies, we have to wash and cream our bodies, we have to do certain things. And I found that with the care, it was just the basic, oh yeah, I'll do this, do that and do that. And if I've got locks, and I mean, when I was in hospital, I was lying on the pillow, I was going, oh God, my hair. I had to beg my mum to bring my headscarf. My mum's going, how are you going to? I said, I don't know, but I learned to put the headscarf with my one hand.
Wow.
I had to learn it, you know. I had to learn to wash, I had to learn to cream, I had to do everything with the one hand. But as I said, the circulation was the main thing for me, and Juanita helped me with that. And I felt, as soon as she started doing that for me, and I felt that, I thought, yes, if that will help with the circulation, that will put the warmth back in my body, and slowly that started improving. It's going to take time, it's still taking time, but I've noticed the difference. I mean, I've known Juanita over 2 years now, and I haven't stopped the massages, because to me, that's my, can I say salvation? Can I say my inspiration to help me getting better? That was something that I feel that is important in my well-being, and still is today.
It's not going to be the same for everybody.
No.
Just like you said, the symptoms, they'll show one thing on TV, but it's actually you've gone through another, like where you don't have any symptoms.
Right.
So it's not always the same thing for everybody.
Yeah.
So psychologically,
Yes.
how has this affected you?
As I said, it affected my right side, sorry, my left side. And it's like half of my body doesn't work. And that was frustrating for me. As I said, I had to learn. And it wasn't easy because I was forever tired, couldn't sleep the proper normal time. I'll be sitting here, I'll be getting up in the morning, or try and get up. Sometimes I'll be sleeping 11, 12 o'clock. And I'll be in my bed all night. And I can't sleep because the pain will be overpowering. And I'll be awake and then falling to sleep. Wake, falling asleep. Then I have to try and tell myself to get up out of the bed to go and get something to eat. And to get up to go out to go to the toilet. To get up to go and get myself washed and dressed. There was days I wouldn't even wash. There would be days I can't be bothered to dress. My clothes would be dirty, and I know I'm dirty, but I couldn't do nothing about it. I couldn't do nothing about it, and that was frustrating for me. And to eat, as I said, sometimes I would just eat plain biscuits because I just haven't got the energy to stand up and cook. You know, the 1 or 2 times, yes, family would come and give me food, but majority of the time, I had to defend for myself.
And that's hard in itself.
It's hard in itself, yes.
Having to learn the whole process of walking, using just the one side of your body.
Yeah. Still doing it. And people, even going in a taxi, sometimes the taxi man wouldn't help you. You know, and that would be frustrating for me. And taxi, if you know, I used to go and do the shopping, and they used to come take the bags and put it by the door. I'm like, really? You know, and you know, I just thought, you know what, Audrey, you just got to do it for yourself. You can't rely on people, and that's sad to know in this society that you can't rely on people. And I had to learn the slow, hard way, and I think a bit of stubbornness as well with me as well. That where people, one or two of my friends would come, no, let me help you, and I go, no.
You got it.
I said, I've got it, but then I kind of was knocking myself saying, no, you have to allow people to help you, Audrey, you know, so I had to adjust to that, you know, so
it's like mentally, physically draining at times.
All the time, not that time. Even now I'm still struggling because, as I said, my sensitivity is still not balanced. I'm struggling with the hot and cold. Even though the weather's warm, I'm struggling because the cold wind is making my body burn. The burning. I tell you, I wouldn't wish it on anybody right now. Yeah. So, and it's I think part of my frustrating when I went to my GP, and they would just, as I said, give me painkillers for the nerves, painkillers for the pain, for this. And I say, no. And they kind of left me by myself. You know, and I'm quite angry with that.
Just fobbing off the painkillers.
Yeah. I'm still struggling with that today.
Did the painkillers actually work?
No. All they wanted to do is, oh, if that one don't work, try that one. If that one don't work, try that one. If that one don't work, try that one. And I'm like, no.
So it felt like you kind of were just fobbed off, like a guinea pig?
Not kind of fobbed off, I was fobbed off. I was definitely fobbed off. And because I wouldn't take the painkillers, I felt that the doctors said, well, we're giving you those, but you're not helping yourself. So I felt that they were like, okay, come when you want to come, but all we're going to do is give you painkillers, and you're choosing not to give you that. You know, you're not choosing to take that. But I managed to, they did kind of suggest that I go to, it was a referral to the hydro pool, and that took some time, and I felt that helped because it's warm water, and that was quite nice actually, and I've had kind of 2 lots of that over a 2-year period, but I've applied for it again because I still feel that I need more. Because again, I think this winter has been really a bad winter. It's knocked me back. It really has knocked me back. So I'm still struggling with the tension and the coldness. Hence why I have to wear cardigans and stuff like that. Keep my arms covered because the slightest little draft or anything like that, it sends my arms in spasms and stuff like that. So yes, I'm still kind of fighting, but I do believe that I am getting better. I think Cornita can verify that because, as I said, when we used to go on the bench, and God, she used to help me up, and now I can practically jump on it myself, so and jump off now. So, yeah, so I'm getting there slowly.
That's good. You're making progress.
Slow progress. I think that's what I wanted to say. Sorry, that the doctors did not say to me, this is going to be a long process. Nobody explained to me that this was going to be a long process. I know other people's had strokes before and they've recovered well very quickly, but I said they've been lucky. They probably had the proper support from their GPs and family and friends, which I believe that helps a hell of a lot.
Big time.
Big time. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
You've done really well. You look, healthy as well.
I look healthy, but that's what I'm saying. It's not looking, because I'm sitting here in a lot of pain right now.
Oh, okay.
Right now, from the face right down to my feet. Right now. Yeah.
Oh dear. So I was going to say, Cornita, how has Audrey's progress been from start till now?
Well, before we start, I just want to say, Audrey, I am proud of you. Because I know it took you a lot just to come here and just to talk your story.
Yeah.
But people need to know that when you have a stroke, it's not you have a stroke and that's it. You need support from day one to whenever. Me personally, and seeing a lot of stroke patients, including yourself, is physio is very vital when you have a stroke. From the beginning. If you do not have it from the beginning and having it later, I'm not saying it doesn't help, but from the beginning you'll be more further than you are now. Much further. So physio in the hospital, they need to increase the physios or get more people trained because it's something that you need. Massage, obviously what I do, it helps. It helps with the pain, increasing circulation, but at the same time the physio is helping you flexibility and the mobility of getting back to walk and to your thing. Because when you have a stroke, you're literally gone back to a child. You're literally back to that step. So in order to get to where you want to get to, you're not going to get it just by the tablets. The tablets only, it doesn't even go to the root of the problem. So Audrey has come a long way from, obviously, like you said, 2 years ago, and she still has got another 4 years. 4 years being had the stroke, but 2 years I've been working with you, and I've seen a big improvement. Like she said, she can get on the bed before, and I've got a bigger bed than the last one. So, and she still can get on this bed herself. So that's a very big improvement. But for me, with Audrey, one thing I like about with Audrey, she pushes herself. I've gone to families' houses who've had strokes and they've got family support and they don't push themselves. They're literally like waiting for someone to just help them. And I'm saying to them, you've got to help yourself. You've got to do it yourself. But Audrey, again, she doesn't have the support of her family as she should, but she still helps herself. Where some people just sit back and say, you know what, I'm giving up. And you have to give yourself credit.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to give yourself credit because I'm so proud of you. And I always talk about you all the time to my clients and where you've come from to where you are now. And all you need to do is keep pushing yourself. Obviously, I'll be there as long as you want me to and help you along, but give yourself credit because
Definitely.
you have come a long way. And even just to do this live video now, I know you was a bit nervous about it and thinking what I'm going to say, but you've done right. You've covered everything. You told them the truth, how it really is going on. Because yeah, you do look good. You know what I mean? You look healthy, but internally, there's all that pain that you're going through that no one sees or feels. Only you do. So, well done. Yeah.
Wow. But thank you very much for coming and, letting other people hear your story, letting them be aware of, that there is always symptoms, that you are going through pain, even though it looks like you're not, and that you're all right. it's good. And like Cornita says, you've done wow. You should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. That's it, guys. Basically, you know, Audrey here has done a brilliant job. You know, 4 years on, and look, she's still progressing. With Cornita's help, yes. So, anybody else that wants massages, comment below. We'll send you Cornita's details. Anyone else that needs, you know, the information about stroke awareness, just send them this video or get in contact with Cornita or myself, and we'll let you know. But thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.